Hello and welcome to the January edition of Social Media Essentials Club. Oh, what am I talking about? It's not January, is it? Look, I've got my puddings. Kate's got a hat on. And I've got a lovely little Christmas tree behind. It's clearly the December one. I was just joking, yeah. So, apart from Christmas, what else are we going to talk to you about this month? Who knows?
Um, yeah, who knows? We'll have some Christmas fun. I'm going to ask you some questions. Um, but just spotted today that there were quite a few updates on Instagram, few new things coming, and if you've ever used guides on Instagram, they are going, apparently. So they've been around for a couple of years, but they will be gone in true
Can't be
style,
that
where probably
popular, can
people have
they?
spent. No, but if you did put a guide on, you probably spent a bit of time doing that. So our Christmas questions for you are um, mince pies, yes or no?
Yeah. And I don't know whether you've seen, but I saw an advert for Aldi the other day, and they've got something like 12 varieties of mince pies. So ice top mince pies, puff pastry mince pies. There was all kinds of elaborate. It means that they can add a couple of quid onto them, if I'm honest. The bog standard ones are just £1.19. And then if you want to be a puff, then it's 2.49. But yeah, they've got all different varieties. There was one in particular that I thought I wanted to try, but I can't remember what it was now.
Well, there you go. So that's a big yes from both of us. Brussels sprouts.
No,
No.
no, 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 no.
I think it's the boiling of them that doesn't help because it just goes squishy. Um, Yorkshire pudding on Christmas dinner.
Yes, possibly. I'm trying to think. I can't remember. Like, I probably, if I'm cooking it, then I probably will because the kids quite like a Yorkshire pudding and they just class it as a roast, so they'd want one. Are you a yes? You have Yorkshire pudding with everything, don't you?
Oh yeah, they'd have it with, I don't know, burger and chips if they could. Um, uh, what about turkey? Do you just have
Yes.
turkey?
Yes. So my I don't just have turkey. I will always do another meat as well. But for years, my uncle told my nan that he didn't like turkey. So on Christmas Day, when we went round for dinner, he would get a sirloin steak when we all got turkey. Surprisingly enough, he now eats turkey.
Funny that now that somebody else isn't buying the sirloin steak. And I know this is a big debate for you. How many types of potato on your Christmas dinner?
Minimum of two. Minimum of two. Got to be mash. Got to be roast. My good friend Vanessa will also make a dauphinoise potato to go on hers as well because she's a bit posh. Bit posh like that, she is. Do you do cheese and biscuits afterwards?
No, because my father-in-law at a Christmas meal once nearly choked to death, so we don't go there. Thankfully, my
Um,
sister-in-law is a nurse, so she performed the Heimlich and we were fine.
was he
But that's a
love the
story
cheese
for
and
another
biscuits
day.
straight or what?
Yeah.
Um, what about pudding? Because obviously Christmas pudding's a little bit controversial, isn't it? I can eat a Christmas pudding. Be top of if I went to a restaurant, it wouldn't be top of my list. I tend to these days get something a little bit chocolatey for the kids.
Yeah, there are very few of us that eat it. It's quite rich. So there's always a chocolate cake because that's a standard pudding in our house and tends to please lots of people. And then there might be a small Christmas pudding because there's probably like three or four people that will have it. So just kind of do it from tradition.
So obviously, this was just to show you that there are lots of talking points around Christmas. Um, don't be afraid to talk about them. have a laugh with them, take it seriously with them. But you know, there are lots of different ways you can talk about Christmas in your content. And so let's talk about a few things other than Christmas that we can talk about in our social media. The 1st to the 7th is Anger Awareness Week. Maybe you're angry because you're having to do your Christmas shopping. I don't know. The 1st is World AIDS Day. The 2nd is Small Business Saturday. A really, really nice one. That I think it's just kind of nice to get behind some small businesses. So, you know, is there a local butcher that you go and get your meat off, or is there a local hairdresser? You know, what can you do to help a local business? It doesn't necessarily mean that you need to share on your social media, but you could write them a review on Google or Facebook. But yeah, what
Or
could you
just
do?
that sharing of their posts is
Yeah,
beneficial to them, because you just take it out to your audience. And I think it's something that, I don't know, we used to do quite a lot of, but now if you're on Facebook, you're probably scrolling and not necessarily engaging or sharing. At this time of year, that's really going to help them.
and I suppose the biggest thing that you could go and do is just go and spend some money with them as well. You know, so if there is a Christmas present that you could go and buy from a local supplier, or something like that, I think if everybody went out and just spent £10 from somebody local, it
Mm.
would make a vast difference to all of those small businesses out there. The 4th is Christmas related, but it is National Tree Decorating Day. So that's the day that supposedly the most amount of people will be decorating their trees. The 5th is International Volunteers Day. Again, do you volunteer? There'll be lots of charities that are looking for volunteers at this time of year, potentially to work over Christmas period and things like that. Could you share their message for them? Can you volunteer yourself? But volunteers really do make the world go round. So if there's anything that you can do to help shout about volunteers, then that's great. The 7th is Christmas Jumper Day. Might get my puddings back out for that. Although it's not a jumper, it's actually a t-shirt. So breaking the trade descriptions on it. But yes, that's the children in need. That's the not children in need. Save the Children
Save the
Christmas
children.
Christmas jumper day, and quite a nice thing if you work in an office to get involved in, because potentially you could all don your Christmas jumpers. You could have a little bit of a competition in there, who's got the best Christmas jumper, and you can get a nice image for your social media. Dogs in Christmas jumpers as well, I think they would go down really well on social media. The 10th is World Human Rights Day. The 22nd of December is the official start of winter. And then we're just into those Christmas dates. So the 24th, which is a Sunday this year, I believe, is Christmas Eve. The 25th, Christmas Day, which is the Monday. The Tuesday will also be a bank holiday, which is the 26th. Of Boxing Day, and then the 31st is New Year's Eve, with us then getting a cheeky little bank holiday on the 1st. So hopefully there's lots of bits and pieces there to help you with your social media. They are very Christmas heavy. And what I will say is it's hard to sell things in December. And to a certain extent, you might as well ride the wave of having a little bit of fun during December up until the 26th. And then if you are a health and fitness brand, if you are somebody that sells houses or things like that, then we know that the 26th of December is really, really important. So people tend to be really caught up in everything that's going on with Christmas. And then all of a sudden they sit down on the 26th, it's all done, everybody's got their presents, and everybody takes a big sigh outwards, and then they start to look on social media and start to look and search for things. So maybe their house was a bit smaller on Christmas Day, and they're thinking that, you know, people are starting to think about like those New Year's resolutions and those New Year's plans. So what is it that they want to do in the new year? So just be really ready for that in our advice. Anything you wanted to add, Kate?
No, I hope everybody has a lovely time. And we will return with our January thoughts probably very soon, because they seem to come round so quickly.
Fantastic. Okay. Oh, just a note here, right at the end of the video, just in case anybody's got all the way to the end, we are having some calendars made. And if you would like one of our calendars, drop us an email at hello@pieceofcakemarketing.co.uk and we'll get one pop in the post for you. That's a 2024 snazzy desktop calendar. So yeah. But Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. See you on the other side.